Good morning and happy Friday, and welcome to lesson 2 of live GCSE Maths with me, Mr. Kapasi, Shabbir. Glad you can join us. If you're a first-time watcher, welcome. If you didn't catch the lesson 1, don't worry, because it'll still be on our YouTube channel. So do make sure that you go and check that out. There's a link to all my lessons where you can then go and do more practice. So if you are a first-time watcher, just to tell you a bit about me, my name is Shabbir Kapasi. I've been a GCSE kind of secondary school maths teacher for 7 years in 2 different schools, as well as tutoring students. I've been tutoring for GCSE and A-level students for the last 3 years, and that's what I now dedicate my time to full time. And what I'm trying to do with these lessons really is just reach out to as many people as possible during the time that they are out of school. These lessons are designed for year 7s, year 8s, year 9s, and even year 10 foundation students. So make sure that you share this. Make sure that if you know students in year 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s and working on the foundation tier, that you share this with them, that you let them know about this. We had 50 viewers last time. I'm hoping to kind of increase that lesson by lesson. So let's see if we can get more students watching and taking part in these maths lessons today. The first part of the lesson will always be a little fun activity that you, your parents, anyone who's in the house can get involved with. I have changed the style of the lesson since the previous one, so I'd be grateful for kind of any feedback as well. Make sure you comment, make sure you let me know your feedbacks so I can kind of improve the lessons week by week to accommodate for you. Also let me know if there's a topic that you want me to teach particularly that you don't really understand, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you with your maths every Tuesday, every Friday at 10 a.m. So make sure you kind of stay tuned. If you miss the live lesson, don't worry, because you can always watch it back on my YouTube channel, which is Kapasi Maths Tutoring. Okay, so let's begin with our first kind of activity. Make sure you've got a pen, make sure you've got paper. You will need a calculator for this lesson today. You won't need it for the first few minutes of the lesson though, so don't worry if you haven't got one yet, but make sure you do grab one. If you don't have a calculator, it's fine, you can just use your phone. That'll be fine. So I'm just gonna share my screen with you and let's begin. Let's begin the first. I'm pumped for Friday today. Okay, so just before we do start, I do want to say, I know last time the internet connection wasn't that great. There were times when it froze. If it freezes today, I do apologize. Don't leave. It'll only kind of be frozen for a couple of seconds, if that. So stay online, stay live, and stay with me, and let's all learn some math together this Friday. So the first activity is our countdown numbers game. If you are new to this lesson today, the way this game is going to work is I'm going to put 6 numbers here, and you've got to use those 6 numbers to make the target number. You can only add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You can do that as many times as you want. However, you can only use each number once. Okay, you cannot use the numbers again. You cannot use a calculator for this. Let's get our brains warmed up. If this is the first kind of bit of maths you're doing today, if this is the first bit of learning you're doing today, welcome, kind of well done for tuning in this Friday and watching this. So what numbers are we going to use today? We are going to be using 25, 50, 2, 6, 4, and 9. Make sure you've got those written down. The target number that we want to make is 378. This time I'm going to, because it's Friday, I'm going to put a little bit of music on in the background whilst we're doing this. I'm only not going to give you 5 minutes like last time. I'm only going to give you 3 minutes this time. Okay, so let's go. Your time starts now. I'm going to put some music on in the background as well. And whilst you're doing that, I am also going to shout people out. Jumana, now you watched from last time as well, so welcome. Remember, you cannot use numbers more than once here. Let me know what year group you're watching from. Chris Hurst, hello. Zainab Kapasi, hello. Let me know what year group. Let me know if you're a parent, if you're a student, where you're watching from. And let's share this with as many people. You know, if you watch, grab your phone, share it. Send it to everyone in your WhatsApp group, send anyone in your Instagram. Let's see if we can get lots of people watching and taking part in today's maths lesson. Chris is from year 7. Well done for tuning in. Have you worked it out yet? 25, 52, 6, 4, and 9. Can you make 379? 78 even. Eloise O'Hara. Hi, year 8. Welcome to the maths lesson. Let me know what school you're in as well, if you can, if you finished, if you're waiting. Okay, we've got 50 seconds, less than a minute. Come on, guys, we can do this. 30 seconds. St. Peter's and St. Joe's. Great that you can be with us this morning, this Friday. Okay, 10 seconds. Have you got the answer? Have you got 378? I do apologize if I do start singing. Okay, perfect timing. That was perfect. I didn't even time it like that. But that is your 3 minutes up. Okay, did you get the answer? If you didn't, or even if you got close, well done, because it's all about getting as close as possible with this. So let's have a look. How do we get this 378? So firstly, like I said, there's always lots of different ways you can do this. So if you didn't do it exactly like this, well done if you got that answer. So 50 times 2 is 100. 100. So I've used these two because you can't use the numbers more than once. 100 times 4 is 400. Then, so I've used that one as well. I'm going to do 9 take away 6, which then 9 take away 6 is 3. And then we're going to do 25 take away 3, which is 22. So finally, we do the 400. This 400 here, take away this 22, which gives us the answer that we're looking for, 378. Well done if you got that. We're going to do that every lesson. At the beginning of every lesson, get everyone involved with that. And that's why I like that, because everyone can get involved. Right, so what are we learning about today? So the topic we're going to be looking at today is reverse percentages. Okay, this is, as you can see there, it's grade 5. And because I'm trying to aim these lessons at kind of as many students as possible. So grade 5, if you are going to be doing your GCSEs next year, grade 5 is kind of the top end of the foundation tier. Also comes up on the higher tier. Also, this is obviously applicable to kind of year 7s, 8s, 9s, or anyone in secondary school. And the reason I'm kind of I've picked this particular topic because so many students kind of struggle with this topic and always get these questions wrong when they do kind of exams. And that's because they get confused between this type of question and the normal percentage type of questions. Okay, so hopefully after this lesson, that's going to be a bit clearer. So let's have a look at this first question. On a grueling kind of army training session, only 26 youngsters survived the whole day. This represented 35% of the original group. How large was the original group? So with this question, the key bits that we've got are that we've got the 26 youngsters. The 28 youngsters are 35% of the original group. So the first thing that we want to look at, or the first thing that we want to write down, is that 35% of this is equal to 28 of the youngsters. Okay, and that, for this question, is the most kind of important connection that you need to make, that those 28 represents 35%. Now the question is asking here, how large was the original group? Okay, now the original group started off at 100%. So what we're trying to do here is use this fact, this 35% equals 28, to get to 100%. Okay, now this is, we can use a calculator for this. So do have your calculators to hand. And the kind of easiest way, if you've got your calculator, is to try to get the 35% and using 35% to get to what 1% equals. Now, if 35% equals 28, how do we work out what 1% equals? Or what do I need to do to 35 to get to 1%? Well, I need to divide 35 by 35. Okay, it's like saying if you've got 35 pence and that's 28 pounds, how much is 1 pen? So you would divide by 35. And because I'm dividing that side by 35, I also need to divide this side by 35. So 28 divided by 35 is 0.8. Now, of course, you can't have 0.8 of a person, but what we're trying to do is work out the original group, how many were in the original group, which is the 100%. Now we need to just get from 1% to the 100%. Okay, how do we do that? How do we change 1 to 100? By timesing that by 100. And because we're doing that from that side, we've also got to do it to that side. And that 0.8 times 100, which means that for this answer, the original group is worth 80 youngsters. Yeah. Okay. Now we can also, if you're unsure if that kind of answer is correct, you can check this, because now you know the number that you started with. And you also know that 35% is 28. So you could want to work out 35% of 80, okay, and you should get 28. So let's just check. Let's just do a little check here. just to make sure that's right. So I want to work out 35% of 80. Okay, how do we do that? Well, I would work out 10%. So 10% of 80, divide it by 10. So I need to make 35. So I need another 10% and another 10%. So another 8 and another 8. And I also need 5%, which is half of my 10%. So half of the 10% is 4. And if I add them all together, 8, 16, 16, 32, sorry, 8, 16, 24, 24 is 28. So it is correct because we ended up with the 28 youngsters. Okay, so what I'll do now is give you a question on this to do yourself. So make sure you've written that down. Make sure your notes are always clear with this, so that you can refer back. So I'm going to give you a question yourselves to do. Again, I'm going to give you probably, again, 3 minutes to have a go at this question, and then we'll run through it. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. And I've put 3 minutes on the clock. So Howard spends £200 a month on food. This represents 24% of his monthly wage. How much is his monthly wage? Okay, and I will again just put a little bit of music on in the background, just a bit quieter so it doesn't distract anyone. Okay, so you've got 3 minutes on this question, and then I will go through it afterwards. Okay, let me know if you're watching. Let me know, give me any feedback. Let me know what year group you're in. Chris is loving the tune. Aaron Lovekin, year 10, Maidley, hi. Hopefully you're enjoying the lesson. Tell all your friends about it as well. Okay, you've got 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Have you worked it out? Have you worked out how much his monthly wage is? Okay, 30 seconds, and then we're going to go through it. And you can use your calculator for this question throughout the whole of this lesson. Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, and hopefully that's given you time to have a go at this. So let's see how we work out his monthly wage. So it says that he spends £200 a month on food. This represents 24% of his monthly wage. So we want to do 24% equals this time the £200. Okay, then we need to work out how much was his monthly wage, and altogether that would be the 100%. So how we need to get from the 24% to 100%. Okay, the best way to do this is firstly work out what 1% equals. So how do we get from 24% to 1%? Divide by 24. And we need to do the same on this side. £200 divided by 24. You can use a calculator for this. That would be, I'm probably just going to leave that as a fraction because it's giving me a horrible kind of decimal. So I'm just going to leave that as a fraction. Okay, 25 over 3 if you're using a calculator. Then we need to get to 100%. So times that by 100. 1% times 100 gives you 100%. And we do the same on this side. So then times that by 100. And now we can write that as the full amount, which would be £833 and 33 pence. Okay, did you get that answer? Did you get that answer? Okay, so that's one part of reverse percentages. Okay, we're now going to look at a kind of a different style of question. And like I said at the beginning, where a lot of people get confused in exams is they cannot tell the difference between a normal percentage question and a reverse percentage question. Well done, Aaron Lovekin, who got that right. Okay, so let's have a look. I've put a normal percentage question on the screen as well as a reverse percentage question. And let's just explore the difference, which will hopefully help you to identify what a reverse percentage question looks like. So if we look at the first question, or the normal percentage question here, the price of a car is £9,116 and is increased by 6%. Work out the price of the car after the increase. So we've been given, on this one, we've been given the normal price, and we need to work out the price after the increase. And it's telling us that it's been increased, so plus, it's been increased by 6%. What information has it given us here? The 9,116. That's the original price of the car here. So I'm just going to put that down there. Work out the price after the increase. So it's asking us about that normal question, because this represents 100%. So we would add and then get that amount, okay, the price after the increase. Now, let's see the difference with the reverse percentage question. This is where we've got the price of a car is increased by 6% to 9,116. Work out the price before the increase. So we've still got the same sort of layout, normal price. And then the price after the increase is here. Keep the numbers the same, so it's easy to get confused there. But this time it says, and this is the key thing, the price of the car, of a car, increased. The price of a car increased by 6% to that number. So this time, this goes here. And it's asking us to work out the price before. So we need to work out this one. Okay, so you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the questions. The reverse percentage question is asking us to work out the price before it was increased or even before it was decreased. Okay, whereas the normal percentage question gives you a number, gives you a percentage to increase it by, and asks you to work out the price after it. So hopefully that's clear. for everyone? And now we're going to move on to actually having a look at how to answer one of these questions. Right, so here, example 3, make sure you write this down so that the price of a car increased. Let's see how to work out that question now. Okay, so I'm just going to write out the kind of diagram that we had in the previous slide. Our normal price. And we're going to put here price after the increase. And we're increasing it this by 6 cents. And as I said before, the number it's giving us here is 9,116. So that's is going to go there. And it's asking us to work out the normal price. Okay. Now that what the percentage that it's asking us to work out is 100%. And this is always 100%. And we need kind of firstly to work out, well, how many percent is this? So we're going to start with 100%, which works out this percentage here. Okay, so 100% equals 106%, and that's what this percentage here represents. They've given us the information that 106% is worth £9,116, and that's the first thing. That's the really important connection to make. 106% equals 9,116. Okay, and now we can do what we did in the previous question. Work out 1% and then get to our all-important 100%. So to get to 1%, so 9,116 divided by 106 is £86, and then we just need to get to 100% from that by timesing that by 100. Okay, which is £8,600, and that's there is our answer. The normal price of this car before the increase was 8,600. Okay, the really important bit of that is to kind of make this connection. So I want you to have a go at one of these yourselves before we finish, and then don't forget, it's really important to go and do some more practice on these questions. So I've provided a link in the comments. I've pinned it at the top. But have a go at the next question yourselves. Again, I'm going to give you, let's say 4 minutes for this one, and then I will go through it. Okay, so here's your question, and you've got 4 minutes, and I will put one more song on for you whilst you're doing that. So much to me, can't you see? Right here I'll always be. And by the way, did I say that I am here to stay? Right here beside you, I will never deny.
I'll give it to you unselfishly because I need you so. Oh, baby, and I will never ever let you go. I'll bring you flowers in the pouring rain. Living without you is driving me insane. I'll bring you flowers, they'll make your day. Those tears you cry, I'll dry them all away, away. I'll bring you flowers in the pouring rain. Living without you is driving me insane. I'll bring you flowers, they'll make your day.
Okay, so we've got 2.5 minutes left on this question. Okay, 1.5 minutes left, guys. Forty-five seconds left. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, Aaron says he's done. Brilliant. Let's see if you got it right, though. 10 seconds. Okay, and your time is up there. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So, Reese buys a watch costing £84. The price went up 20% before Reese bought it. How much is the watch before the increase? So, question. We've got 100% that we're starting the price of the watch. We are then, it says it goes up by 20%. So the final price is kind of worth 120%. So we write that there. We want to work out 1% first. So divide that by 120. So we've got to do the 84 divided by 120, which is 0.7. And then from there, we want to times it by 100, which gives us 100%. And which means how much is the watch before the increase? It would be £70. And again, we can check this by doing what is of 70? Well, 10% is 7, which means 20% would be 14. And if we add that on, then that would be the 84. Well done, Aaron, who got it right. And that brings us to the end of our reverse percentages lesson. Okay. So firstly, I just want to thank you kind of for watching. Make sure you do go and do some more practice on this. It's not enough just to kind of go over those couple of questions. Make sure you go and do some more practice, and do share this with your friends if you thought it was useful. Let me know kind of any topics that you would like to see. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button, press the little bell next to it. There should already be the lessons for next week ready, where you can click the bell and have a little notification come up when we do go live next week, Tuesdays and Fridays, 11 a.m. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. See you next week.